All right, let's go to the next one. I'm excited to watch this one as
Oh, I
well.
can't wait.
Georgia and Michigan, because
Can't
you're
wait.
getting Georgia, speaking of Alabama, you get Georgia, who was absolutely pummeled by Alabama there. So you get Georgia in a frame of mind that's resetting. They've got to get back to showing us that those defensive statistics early on in the season or all season in the regular season weren't fraudulent because Alabama made them look fraudulent. Now it's
Yeah.
Alabama. I get it. And there's some dudes on that Georgia defense now. I
Yeah.
mean, they have got some guys, maybe
Yeah.
generational type of guys. Do they regather and they're going to get a Michigan team that says, what? We're going to line up and we think we can punch you right in the mouth and run on you.
Yeah.
There's your first question. Michigan has been fantastic. You talk about a great comeback story. Jim Harbaugh has to take less money, redo his contract. Everybody's off the Harbaugh and Michigan bandwagon, and all they do is just absolutely roll people this year. They've been fantastic. So I'll give you some numbers, but just overall theory. Georgia in a bounce back spot off the loss to Alabama. Michigan rolling. They finally get Ohio State. No letdown at all against Iowa in the Big Ten title game. Here they are in the playoff. Who do you like?
Saw this opening number, and I know why they did it. And I was trading texts with a couple of guys like that work in a couple of the books here in town to get this number. And I mean, somebody came as high as 10, then it was 9, 8.5. That's what it settled at 9, 8.5, and it's down to 7.5 because you're either of two school of thoughts. One, Michigan's very live to win the game and getting more than a touchdown is the right side. Or two, Georgia is just way better and you're getting them at a somewhat discount, less than 10, because they got, their doors blown off by maybe the best team in the country in Alabama, what everybody saw last. First thought is it's too many points. But again, I was on Michigan when they played Ohio State. Thought that line was wrong. It was. They won outright. Then when they played Iowa, that didn't give them enough points and
Mhm.
laid it again in the Big Ten championship. So recency bias. I like Michigan. I don't want to see Alabama, Georgia again in the final. So I'm leaning Michigan. I like them to win the game. The total is very interesting. It came very low, came 42. It's up to 45, 45 and a half, playing to the over. That makes me a little nervous that Georgia could win this game by 10 points or more.
Fascinated to watch from a couple of different angles. So let's get down in the weeds just a little bit here. We saw Alabama control that defensive line for Georgia and have an effectiveness throwing it. So they didn't control the line to run it, they controlled the pass rush to be able to throw it. Bryce Young went bananas.
Yeah.
Michigan is going to have to run. I mean, they just have to run it to be
That's
able
what
to
they do
generate
best,
points.
though.
That's what they do. So it's strength on strength. So
Yeah.
what are you going to get there? Now, flip around to the other side. Well, let me give you one quick PFF, Pro Football Focus stat. Michigan led the country in EPA. We like to talk EPA, expected points added. Michigan led the country in expected points added on trick plays. Michigan, Bo Schembechler, three. What? Bev
Uh,
Shuba, trick plays for Harbaugh. So they were very good at that. Now, you can't win games based on trick plays alone. Michigan's going to have to be able to establish the line of scrimmage and run it. Now flip over here because I think this is even more interesting. What's Michigan do so well defensively? Pass rush. Those
yes.
two ends, Aiden Hutchinson, they're fantastic.
He
But
could be the number
Georgia
one pick in the draft, by the way.
might be, very well might be. They
Yeah.
get after you. But here's the thing. If Georgia can run the ball, that pass rush is neutralized not only on the running plays, but then what Georgia's going to do in the passing game, now they can RPO you. They can play action pass, which they'll do more than
RPO,
anybody
for the
else.
people that don't know, what is RPO?
That's run pass option. So
Or run
Stenson
pass option.
Bennett puts it in, reads the end, but you can't just pin your ears back and come. So can Michigan stop Georgia on early downs and force them into pure passing downs? If they do, then you've got a huge advantage because I'm not sure Stenson Bennett can stand back there in standard passing downs and beat you with this pass rush. But if
Right.
Georgia can run it early and keep it in second and medium, third and short, and Georgia can just RPO you or play action you, Michigan's defense is in some trouble.
Yeah. Uh, the trick play thing I like because that's coaching and then that's execution. and I'm good with that. I mean, trick plays are part of the game. So, can Michigan put them into passing downs, long passing downs?
Yeah, it's got to be
I'm
pure
not
passing downs. If they do, then the advantage flips to that Michigan defense.
right. But if they don't, Georgia's going to score.
Yes.
Can Michigan win this game and the game go over? Can Michigan win a shootout? Put it that way.
It feels like no.
No.
But I mean, Georgia doesn't do that either. That's why that total at 42 is really low. So I can see why it's ticking up. But this is going to be, I mean, now unless Michigan busts through that front seven and takes off for some big explosive runs, it doesn't feel like this is a back and forth shootout game.
This feels like under to me. This feels like Michigan. I think they're live on the money line, B-How. I can't get away from it. I think they are live on the money line. This might be the year it all comes together for Harbaugh, where they win this game. I think Michigan can win this game. I do. This is just one of those. And as good as Kirby Smart is, as good as Georgia is, they can win this game too. I just think the bet for me is plus the points. The bet for me is under. I think this is defensive. I think the other game is over. And again, could be dead wrong. I like to look at the games from the total standpoint and work backwards to decide. So that's why I'm so hesitant to say Cincinnati's live in the other game. It just seems like it's just an insurmountable thing to go against Alabama. It would be the biggest upset in a long time. This one wouldn't be as big of an upset to me if the dog won. Agree or disagree with that statement?
Agree. And I'm already on Michigan. I played it really early. I thought I was getting a good number at 7.5, and it just sat there at 7.5. So I'm on Michigan at 7.5 right now.
Newbie, I'll ask you your thoughts on both of the playoff games. Do you like the dog? Do you like the favorite? And are you going to watch the games?
I mean, I'll watch them, but it's looking like it's going to set up for Alabama, Georgia again and again and again. So, until they show me what they got, Brad Howe, I hope that we have a fun upset. I don't see it happening. So if it was me, Mr. Square behind the board here, I would be going Cincinnati, or I would be going Alabama and Georgia. But I think I like the case you made for Michigan, though. That makes me a little intrigued that you guys are thinking that could be an upset. So I'll be watching the games. I'm looking forward to it, but I can't look any other way than Alabama, Georgia.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.